Workshop, a masterclass on the gift of dyslexia. By Mr. Ben, designation, founder and director, organization name, Dyslexia Foundation, country, Nigeria. And Ms. Ambereen Pradhan, designation, promoter and director, psychologist, organization name, Energia SOI, country, India.
I use the word dyslexia, the first time when a parent comes to me and we complete an analysis and we see a child has been diagnosed with dyslexia, see it from their point of view, not what you and me know or what you and me think about it.
What's it like being dyslexic?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to be late. Oh, no.
At school, Tom sits at the back. Copy down tonight's homework.
It seems to take me twice as long to copy it down.
Everyone finished? Right, turn to page 73.
Everyone else has, but I haven't finished yet. If I say anything, I'll look stupid.
Now, in the class, if you have a class of 20, at least 1 in 5 might have dyslexia. So that's the type of thing we find out when we're doing diagnosis and having a conversation with the children daily. Now, let's focus attention on types of dyslexia. Now, broadly speaking, there are 2 types of dyslexia. One of them is called developmental dyslexia. And this is tied closely to the process of the brain development. Now, the symptoms of developmental dyslexia show up in the impairment of the brain. So the brain has developed normally, but in a way that makes it more difficult for the child to acquire learning skills in the same way that other children do. They have a normal brain, but then they have challenges, the cognitive skills that enable people to process information for learning is delayed. It's delayed because there is a developmental delay. What are the first signs you see in terms of the developmental delays? Maybe when the child is still about 9 months old, is unable to sit, is unable to crawl, is unable to speak at the age of 2. Now let's look at the classifications of dyslexia based on the cognitive deficit. I say to people, and I want you to take this statement seriously. Now, one of the things we can achieve when you come, now if we start from diagnosis, especially early diagnosis, you come to that point where you see that this person has dyslexia. So what are the gifts of dyslexia? This is where we started. Dyslexia is a very important gift, and I'd like you to understand this. This is one of the things we're talking about. Because most times, as my colleague Ambereen said, sometimes we go into diagnosis. Look, I was also, when my son was diagnosed for dyslexia, I was, what's that? What kind of situation is this? But the point is that, again, we as practitioners should be able to present the alternative view of the gift of dyslexia.
So this is the most important thing. When we talk about 21st century, we're talking about children who can do applications of learning, transfer of learning, okay? And when you look at from a child who has dyslexia, it comes naturally for them to go out of box and look for answers. They're not looking at existing ways of doing things. They're looking at a newer and innovative ways of doing things. So technically, they are mapped in a way which we want a 21st century learner to be.